is that as the game played out and I reflected on it, I looked at the evolution of Bangalore itself. So when a planner builds, a planner can see only, urban planners can see only up to a certain point of time. So when Bangalore initially started growing, as you know, he made an important point about Bangalore becoming both a commercial and a power center. The city group people thought, okay, we will come here for education, some jobs, some industry. Nobody saw that this would become a pensioners paradise, and when steel plants, when people retired from steel plants in Bilai, Bokaro, people would decide this to be the place where they would come in, significant numbers. Then you had the IT boom. You always had the small towns like people from Bangalore. We would always come to Bangalore because there is no opportunity for us beyond the point. So policymakers also could not see these variables. Nobody could have, a planner wouldn't know about IT boom and how much people would come from all across the country. So a lot of these things in Bangalore itself, in different places, some are planned. I remember when I first came to Bangalore in the 2000s, people said Jayanagar, JP Nagar is one of the well-planned residential layouts in whole of South Asia. Yeah. And you saw HSR coming, there were issues, roads were broad. So you saw different parts of Bangalore adjusting. When the airport shifted also, people said it's good for the city. So I think it's what they said is right. It's very easy to blame planners. And I realized that it's easy to now stand and say, hey, infrastructure broke down. But nobody really knew that this would happen. We try to make adjustments like this. But maybe a twin city is the option. So I think there's even feminist infrastructure, if it's too far ahead of its time, they'll say, what's the need? No woman is interested in the opportunities you're talking about. So the idea and the time also needs to come. When women will say, yes, this is the time to look at it. My last point I want to make is when you're putting up public toilets, is the fact that we always look at it only from economic growth, but we don't look at it from a socio-cultural perspective. From what I know about, because I work in the NGO space, there are certain segments of India where they built these toilets for women and where it's supposed to be for public, for their safety. And it worked very well, where safety was a real concern. But in other communities, women saw this in conservative societies to be the only avenue for them to get out together, away from their houses, so they could have the freedom to converse and engage. If it was just outside their house, they could not get out. And they stopped using the toilets. They said, no, it's not working for me. So it's important to see which are the smaller communities and what they need and not take the majoritarian view as we're doing right now in the country. It's not a solution to problems. That's my takeaway from this. That's how I see it.
I also felt the origin, how it started. Harsha kept first as Vidhan Sabha.
And I think he played, he did it.
So much
strategically.
I don't know, as I told you, that I can randomly press it.
That's what, we followed that.
Yeah, it affects the
I had not told you not to.
No, not to follow something. It's
for us it became Bangalore.
Bangalore.
Put Vidhan Sabha,
yeah.
and when somebody put the beach, my mind completely shifted back to my hometown Bangalore. So it's our biases, right? That's where I realized biases is so powerful.
See, had he started with something like, okay, I want to have an eco city or something, like if he had started with forest, all of us would have built the same idea. Like, I'm not blaming you or anything, but because the first thing what you felt was like a political center, or what Sudhira was mentioning, right? So maybe around which we started off with.
Would you have changed it if I had said I put a radio on top of it?
That's what she said.
Definitely. Even if it was a cultural hub, if you had mentioned, maybe we would have built something around that idea. So maybe down the line we forgot what Kempegowda, with what intention he built. Again, we can't live in those old stories.
But is there a true story that Kempegowda had set up 4 pillars and the city should not go beyond it? Or is that an urban legend?
No, it's...
So, 4 pillars are there.
4 pillars are there, but the lakes and everything is for that.
It's not clear whether he really said the city should not go beyond because his successors moved to Magni and kind of coming back on this, right? So from a systems perspective, what Harsha started off with saying that call that phenomenon as something called as path dependence.
What's it called, sir?
Path dependence. So initial conditions, right? Like it's true for us building simulations or games also. Right? It sort of sets in and sort of everybody tends to follow. Other examples that we have for path dependence are why should we drive on the left hand side? Is it because the British asked us to do it? So we are driving on the left hand side. Or why are we using a QWERTY keyboard? Because the QWERTY keyboard came in because when we had mechanical typewriters, it was designed such that it would not clog. Today it's just a line of code that you can change and make it like alphabetically whatever, right? Assembly codes. But we still end up using a QWERTY keyboard in the age of whatever. These are all examples of path dependence. But unfortunately in complex systems path dependence prevails. Right? So there are some things that you can't go back and correct. Right? So sort of sometimes when this sets in, it's very hard to kind of go back and change. Path dependence is a very well-known phenomenon in systems. So in complex systems, it plays a key role. It's important that we recognize that.
So I'll turn the question to you guys, because while we're trying to see what happened in the city and perhaps these questions of awareness were underplaying, at least for some of us, how would you see other way around basically? What if this was played first? Would there be, I mean, I'm also connecting with this whole idea of spark dependence, right? That because I think we spoke about issues of gender or sexuality, maybe they were underplaying, and what if the game had been played other way around? So have you had engagements where people have been asked to talk about the city and think about the city and then raise questions which talk about feminist values or approaches and technology?
I think from our previous exercises, most people tend to think about physical infrastructures when anybody kind of says the word feminist infrastructure. So I think most people do, despite of not thinking about the system of a city as a whole or a system of city as a system, they tend to think about street lights, roads, apps, which are, which the goal of which are women's safety or something that helps women in times of danger. So I think that has been the case for us, even though there was no context of a city being set beforehand. So I think that would be my sense of it.
I think that's also why I think when we started the exercise, we didn't actually specifically clarify if it is physical infrastructure or online infrastructure. I think it was going with art, like the space that we work in, which was going to contextualize it there. But eventually, as you see, like even the physical infrastructure aspect of it came back, and I think that's something that we've been trying to think of also, like through the research that we do, because even through a lot of our interviews, it's essentially a lot of these questions that have questions, say public toilets, women who are working outside, safe travel, street lights, childcare, and spaces for children. And how does that, is that necessarily something that which you're kind of point out, is that something that we think of as only resources or infrastructures to grow? Because I think that's an essential infrastructure for any city to grow or to become a space that's good for good quality of life.
Right.
So I don't see that as something. And at the core of it, I think, is to look at what we consider maybe slightly more vulnerable communities, like having a safe space for children to play, streets like children can ride their bikes in the streets, using their wheelchairs and things. Those kind of spaces. So what is that indicative of the quality of life in the city? And that's just something that has come up to shape what we have been thinking of as, or what comes to mind when we mention these questions.
Makes sense. Hey, you guys want to ask questions? Because I don't want to be the only one asking questions. I
So the
think
question, one part of the question that you had asked was the path dependence bit. So just taking, I don't understand these terminologies, but I just want to understand that when we set up feminist infrastructure, what is the impact of something like path dependence? Because there are these really strong masculine power structures. So the impact of would the setup of feminist infrastructures work better if it is kind of aligned at least in a certain way along aligning and understanding path dependence? Would it work better is what I'm understanding, what I'm trying to understand.
Or define path dependence.
Or what is the impact of path dependence on feminist infrastructures in that sense? So I'm just curious to know, like, it's open to both of you actually.
I think my understanding of it, and also because I think the discourse around feminist infrastructure is still very new. It's also something that needs to be contextualized for us, because essentially it is a term that has in many ways come from outside. It's not something that we have discussed a lot in the Indian context, but we found it a good placeholder term to talk about a lot of the issues that we're talking about, right? So I think in many ways it's also about trying to, like right pointed out, I think define that path dependence, to see where you need to support it or where you need to stray a bit aside from it. So even like for me for this exercise, I think a large part of it I was really thinking about what are we missing in the city that I live in. Right? Like a simple example for me is like if when I visit a museum, say it's somewhere, and I don't want to make it this thing of always comparing my city to a city abroad, or how facilities are so much better there and all of that. But one thing that has always struck me is just how childcare, like even if you can take your baby in a pram on the metro or into a museum, right? And we have and there are a lot of other contextual conditions. You don't, like say in India for instance, you don't take a baby out until it's a certain number of months. But if you have the facilities to be able to do it, approach the baby in a pram and take it to a museum, then you also have access to that space. Otherwise, women's mobility in a lot of public spaces is very, very restricted because of these issues, right? Because you can't, like even the thing I mentioned, where there is so much of, say, in many ways, stigma concern around feeding a baby in public. So if you have the space to be able to do that, to be able to change a baby, to be able to feed a baby in public, that gives you then access to that public space. So I think just in terms of, because those spaces were never constructed with the idea that women would be in these spaces and women will be in these spaces with children. The idea that, I mean, women are the only caregivers for children is already, I mean, for certain, up to a certain age, that is the case, but after that, also. So, which is what I'm saying, it's not something that is again only restricted to women, but you need to keep that in mind for a certain time or a certain period where women then need these facilities.
If I can just add one bit at this point. Now, you asked about how is it connected to policy design. Exactly what you just said is something that you can propose as policy, so that you have, say that every private establishment, if it has to sort of say that okay, it will attract a certain amount of people, or they are supposed to be given a building permit, they should have X, Y, Z facilities, because this is what we believe in. As Sudhira was saying, it's only prescribed based on all the people living. And as the city is an emergent system, it emerges out of all our needs, all what we need. So policy design hence has to be designed in this way. Anything we build is like this, and you have to be very, very, very careful about where you are putting your biases.
So quickly reflecting, so from the human social organization perspective, unfortunately, it's been patriarchal, right? In the sense that's how it has come, but it's still evolving, right? As in, it's not a full stop. So in that process, I guess, like the feminist thing has also come also from the West, largely from the Indian side of things. But like there have been instances, like I know in there was there's this place called Kannur Kote in Shimoga district. That was ruled by a lady called H.S Rani. There's a popular legend that how she like fought or made sure that Portugal and British influences were not letting. She also had a play in holding fort at Mirjan, which is now still, that you can still see the remnant fort in Kotam. So things like that. So you should, and then more recently, like after Chamarajendra Wadeyar passed away, like